Welcome to the Marketing of Business. This is your host, Bonnie Squires. We're brought to you by ACT, the business-to-business newspaper in this region that tells you everything you need to know about attracting clients and keeping clients as far as advertising, branding, etc. And we're coming to you from WWDB, that's 860 on your AM dial. The studio's in Bala-Cynwyd. Our guest today is Dr. Barry Dickinson, who is the Dean of the School of Business Administration at Holy Family University in the far Northeast. Hi, Barry.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you today?
I have to ask you, does anybody ever point out to you that your name, Barry Dickinson, at Holy Family University, is the same name as a college in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Dickinson College?
Absolutely. I actually have one of their folders that one of my colleagues gave to me so I could show it to my children.
They named the college after me.
Dickinson University. And I showed him, see, he didn't think I was important. I have a whole university named after us.
Are you part of the Dickinson family? Because I believe it's named after some prominent, Revolutionary War American.
Unfortunately, no. I don't think we're part of that lineage, although I believe one of the Dickinsons actually signed a Declaration of Independence. But
oh, really?
Yes, there is a Dickinson on there. But I'm not part of that lineage.
Could have fooled me. And how long have you been the Dean of the School of Business Administration? I
have been the Dean of the School of Business and Extended Learning all of 12 months. And I was ironically enough, though, I was introduced last month at our opening meeting, along with the other 4 deans at the university, as the senior dean. Because although I've only been there for 12 months now, I'm now the senior dean, the dean with the longest tenure at the university. And my boss, the vice president of academic affairs, Mike Markowitz, introduced me and said he's going to depend on me very heavily with all of my months of experience.
I thought you'd been there for 3 years.
I've been there for 3 years. I started out as a full-time professor in marketing.
Oh.
And have moved up the ranks rather quickly. Became the director of the graduate programs there for a while. Then was seated as a dean last July. And in January became the dean of not only the School of Business, but the School of what was then the Division of Extended Learning. So we've not only have become dean, but I've actually taken over two of the schools now at the university in my short tenure.
Well, we're going to find out more about Barry Dickinson, the Dean of the School of Business Administration and Extended Learning at Holy Family University, after we get these messages.
Wow, this is really different. There's a Philadelphia business called Whims for Rent, that creates and does really unusual business special events and promotions. If you're involved in a trade show, business meeting, sales campaign, grand opening, or open house, call Whims for Rent. If you're having a company dinner, a charity gala, or fundraiser and need a theme, call Whims. Whims has stars and stunts, gadgets and gimmicks from hundreds of available sources, entertainers and celebrities. Add flair to your business needs. Whims for Rent, the Philadelphia special events company for business and groups. At Whims, imagination works overtime. Challenge us. Call Whims for Rent.
For more information, contact Whims for Rent at 29 Bala Avenue, Bala-Cynwyd, PA 19004, 29 Bala Avenue, Bala-Cynwyd, PA 19004, or call Whims for Rent at 484-562-0067, 484-562-0067 for Whims for Rent.
The Internet today is a must for businesses and organizations to represent themselves. A must. For the generations of business owners who did not have the advantage of an Internet education beginning in grade school, there is basic help. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. Our organization of marketing personnel, traditional and IT, will set up basic Internet advertising aids for your business or organization at a modest fee. Basics. No big deals, no big costs, just basics. Plus a free get-to-know-your-goals meeting. Call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060. That's 484-562-0060. Be with it, or else you will be out of it. Again, call American Advertising Services at 484-562-0060.
Need a speaker for your business meeting, organization, social group? Need a speaker who is entertaining, informative, or both? Need a speaker who is an authority on a subject close to your interests? We provide them. We are this region's Speakers Bureau. Call us at 484-562-0067. 484-562-0067.
Welcome back to the Marketing of Business. This is your host, Bonnie Squires. We're coming to you from the studios of WWDB-AM. That's 860 on your AM dial. And we're sponsored by ACT, the region's business-to-business newspaper. Our guest today is Dean Barry Dickinson of Holy Family University, the School of Business Administration and Extended Learning. They just added something else to your title, Barry. Explain what extended learning means.
Extended learning is a population of students who are coming back for their degree, primarily working adults, people that maybe need to complete a degree. They started at some point in time and they want to come back and finish things up in an accelerated format. They don't want to come back to a traditional school, sit in a classroom with 18, 19-year-old kids. You know, they're typically 20, 30-year-old folks. And, you know, they want to feel comfortable. They want to be in an environment where they're with their peers that have common experiences that they do, that are working adults. Many of them have children, have families. So,
is it safe to call this continuing education?
It would be continuing education.
Okay, but this is all 4-credit courses.
4 credit, yep. Same degree as the traditional undergrads. The extended learning folks have a bachelor in science. The traditional students have a bachelor in arts because it's more of a liberal arts degree. They get a better exposure to the arts and a more rounded education. The working adults just want to come back and complete their degree, so it's a more focused degree.
How many students are currently enrolled? Did your fall semester begin already?
It did. We're in the 3rd week now of the term.
You started before Labor Day?
We started before Labor Day, the week before. Yep. So we're rolling. The extended learning program, the students there, they go to school all year long. So they virtually never stop taking classes.
Can they take virtual classes? Do you have online courses for them as well?
We have online courses. We have hybrid courses.
What's a hybrid?
A hybrid is a course where, for instance, if you're in our MBA program, it's an 8-week term. Students come face-to-face class 1 week. The next week they meet online. So they do online assignments. They have discussion questions that they have to respond to.
When you said hybrid, I thought you'd have to plug them in somewhere.
That's funny. Yeah, the education has changed a lot. You know, people don't want to come to class and sit there for 3 hours. You know, they're either working, and even the traditional students, they're working 20, 30, maybe even full-time, careers. And they just don't have the time or the wherewithal to sit through a 3 or 4 hour class. So online education, hybrid formats. The extended learning is also in charge of the RN to BSN nursing program, believe it or not. So I'm in charge of nurses. And all of our
there are male nurses today.
There are some male nurses, believe it or not.
Because it's a good-paying job.
Yeah.
And they're paying bonuses to get nurses to sign up for hospitals, right?
This is true. So, we're in charge of nurses, those who are registered nurses who are working now or hopefully working, and they need to get a BSN, a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So those courses are run at the hospital. So we send professors out. They go to Fox Chase. They go to St. Mary's, and they're delivering the courses inside the hospitals. And we have about 5 or 6 cohorts right now at different universities in the Northeast Philadelphia area.
How many students do you have between your business school and your extended learning program?
There are approximately 600 students altogether in the school, and 300 in the traditional side, 300 in extended learning.
And how many students are there enrolled at the entire university?
We have about 3,000 students altogether.
When did Holy Family College become a university? Do you know?
We became a university in early 1990s.
Usually when a college is transformed into a university, that means they've added some kind of a graduate school, law, medicine, dental,
Right.
whatever. What did Holy Family add to be a university?
We added a doctoral program in education.
Oh, okay. I bet a lot of Philadelphia school teachers take advantage of that, right?
We would like them to.
Well, we'll send a shout out to our Philadelphia teachers.
All your teachers out there, if you'd like to contact me, it's 267-341-3440.
Give them the number again, Barry.
267-341-3440. And I will make sure that you get the education that you're looking for.
There's something in the dean's letter online on the website. The website, by the way, is www.holyfamily.edu. That's www.holyfamily.edu. There's something that leaped out at me, Barry. It says we also offer a very specialized program in fire, science, and public safety administration. With all of the discussion of the anniversary of 9/11 going on right now, that certainly leaped out at me. What does that mean, fire, science, and public safety administration?
That program is very unique. Unique enough that it seems rather odd that it sits within a school of business, but the difference between our fire science and public safety program and some of the others that are offered in the areas is it is a business program. The students get business courses. One of the requirements actually last year was that they take an entrepreneurship course, and they had to kind of learn to work on their feet. In the public sector, there's not a lot of money available. So public administrators that work in fire science and public safety and disaster situations, they have to make do with very limited resources. So the business part of their education teaches them how to use those constrained resources and really put them to good use. And if they're first responders, if they're fire personnel, they learn how to manage a disaster scene. They learn how to manage a budget and build a budget. They learn how to manage human resources. So it's a very unique program. It's a transfer program, so people can't come to Holy Family and just decide I want to go into the fire science and public safety program. They have to have already taken some courses at several of the community colleges like Montgomery County Community College, Bucks County Community College, which offers some of the lower fire science courses, and they transfer those in.
Does Philadelphia Community College offer those as well?
Yes, they do. CCP is one of our feeder schools.
Okay.
And they take some of the foundation courses at the community colleges. Then when they transfer into our program, they're ready to go, finish up the business part of the program, take a couple additional fire science courses, and then they're ready for their careers.
Very interesting. And I'm sure there are a lot of career openings the more we become aware of fighting terrorism and some tragedies that we've had in the city recently.
Absolutely.
That I guess the Salvation Army disaster, they had first responders, right?
Absolutely. So,
and the firemen were there, and ladders and shovels. Oh.
Yeah. Very, very, very difficult. And what we train our students to do is to manage programs. They come into, and a lot of them might be battalion chiefs. They might work in the police department.
Oh, hold that thought.
Sure.
We're going to take some more messages, and then we'll come back with all that information.
All American Sports Collectibles is the only place you need to know for all your autographed sports memorabilia. Jerseys, bats, helmets, and more signed by legends of the past and today's greats. All autographed items come with a certificate of authenticity plus an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. And all vintage items have been scientifically authenticated and come with 2 forensic certificates. Call us at 877-827-7822. That's 877-827-7822. Visit us online to see our extensive inventory of autographed sports memorabilia. That's aasportscollectibles.com. That's aasportscollectibles.com.
We're a Philadelphia advertising agency, American Advertising Services, and our job is to create solutions for your business problems. Do you want more customers, more sales for your products or business services? American Advertising has helped many, many area companies, large ones, small ones, family-owned firms just like yours. If you are in business and serious, make American Advertising your advertising agency. Per job assignments welcomed. American Advertising Services. We are serious about helping your business.
American Advertising Services is located at 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. 29 Bala Avenue, Bala Cynwyd, PA 19004. You can call them at 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060, 484-562-0060.
You're listening to The Marketing of Business, brought to you by ACT, the region's business-to-business newspaper for advertising and public relations information. Our guest today is Dr. Barry Dickinson, who's the Dean of the School of Business Administration and Extended Learning at Holy Family University, which is up in the far northeast, 9801 Frankfurt Avenue. Barry, you were telling us about your fire science courses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think where we left off was, I was pointing out that our students not only are trained to be fire science and public safety officials, they're also trained to be managers. They're trained to be able to manage groups, manage resources, develop budgets, and I think that sets them up career-wise.
How about ethics? Does that come into play in your business school? Because there's more and more talk of the fact that, especially after what happened, with the stock market and with the the demise of Lehman Brothers and some other firms that are under investigation now, about instilling ethics into the business schools.
Well, at Holy Family, obviously we're a Catholic institution. And we're all driven by the mission of the university. And it's one of the things that makes us very unique.
Who's your president, by the way?
President is Francesca Olney. And Francesca has been the president for many, many years, many more than I'm sure she would like to share.
Is she a nun?
She is a nun, yes.
Is it called Sister Francesca Olney?
Yep. Sisters of Nazareth. Has been with us for many years. And that guidance filters down to the School of Business. We teach our students to not only think about business, but think about the people that work within a business. And, we used to be known as Holy Family University, where family is our middle name. And we treat our students that way as well.
I like that. Family is our middle name. That's great.
Yeah, that used to be our byline. They got rid of it for some reason. I always thought it was very apropos, but they've moved on to something else, which I don't quite remember what it is. But so in the classroom, ethical behavior, integrity, treating people with respect, and teaching the student not only the knowledge, but teaching the student as an entire holistic individual. Part of the family is what the School of Business does. And it sets us apart from, some of the other more pragmatic institutions that kind of teach the nuts and bolts of business, but they kind of forget about the ethical implication of the decisions that we make as business people.
I want to read something from the letter that's online on the website of Holy Family University. This is from the dean. We want all of our students to be highly principled leaders, and we offer many exciting opportunities to enhance your knowledge and skills through academic and professional programs and activities. But our goal is to deliver high-quality business education in a student-centered environment that fosters leadership, global and cultural awareness, and social responsibility. Now, that's a heavy mantle, Barry.
It is.
How do you go about making sure that your kids have global and responsibility and cultural awareness?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a lot to have on our plate, but I will say that where the rubber meets the road, where we truly accomplish that is in the people that we hire. When we hire faculty, when we hire adjuncts, those adjuncts and the faculty that are on board have to go through a relatively rigorous process of being able to articulate their perspective of the mission of the university. And they have to fit with that culture. And if we can vet them and determine that they're a good fit for the mission, that they will carry the mission forward into the classroom, that they'll teach with respect for the students, they'll teach with integrity, they will have a global perspective. Because, when we look at family, we look at not just family at Holy Family, but the entire world. We look at humans as something that, it's more holistic than just a university. So if we vet the people properly that we bring on board, they bring that to action in the classroom. And it seems like a challenge, but in my 3 years there, I've realized that the people really are engaged. The faculty are they're interested in education. They're interested in doing right for the students.
Let's talk about the important things. You're wearing some kind of a thing that's holding your identification, string around your neck that says Holy Family University Tigers. Is that the school mascot?
That is the school mascot.
And what teams does the school have?
We are a Division II school, very competitive in many sports. Several of the more well-known sports are women's basketball, men's basketball, and women's volleyball. All three.
Oh, I was on the varsity volleyball team at Penn, but that was in the days when you could be 5 foot tall and nobody spiked. And if you played at camp in the summer, then you were a shoo-in to get on the team.
Right.
I was a star.
Well, and the girls that play on the women's volleyball team don't wear skirts anymore either. So things have changed a little bit. They wear shorts. So, Holy Family has a very vibrant athletic program, Division II, but they won championships in Division II in their conferences.
Who's your basketball coach? The men's.
I could not tell you that, unfortunately. I don't know.
Do you go to games?
I do go to games.
Okay, you better.
I do, yeah. Yeah, we show support for the teams and the teams because the students that are on the teams are in our classrooms. So we know who they are. We have
and do they have to maintain a certain average in order to be allowed to play on the teams?
They do because virtually all the students are on athletic scholarships.
Oh.
So they are required to have a certain GPA, yes.
Do you have dorms up there at Holy Family University?
We do.
How many students live in the dorms?
We have about 200 students that live in the dorms. There are 3 separate dorms. There are 2 garden-type dorms, which are for the upperclassmen, and then there's a more traditional dorm for the underclassmen that's right on campus. Both of the garden-style dorms were actually built within the last 5 or 6 years or so. So they're relatively new structures.
Are they allowed to have HD television screens, flat screen TVs in there?
They can have whatever they want.
Now, Is there some kind of an umbrella organization for all the Catholic universities in this area, like St. Joe's and Villanova and Holy Family and Chestnut Hill College?
There is.
Do they all belong?
Not St. Joe's, not St. Joe's and Villanova, but there's an organization called SEPCI. SEPCI is Southeastern Philadelphia Catholic Schools. And the smaller institutions like Cabrini,
Rosemont.
Yeah, Rosemont, Holy Family, Manor College, they're all part of SEPCI. And we all work together because we're all Catholic institutions.
Okay. When the Pope comes to visit, is he going to come to Holy Family University?
We can only hope.
We can pray. You have connections there?
I don't, but I'm sure Sister Francesca may.
Well, if she's been the president for a long time, she probably has been to Rome and probably had an audience with the Pope.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So what's your vision for the future?
Vision for the future.
By the way, you talked about athletic scholarships. Are there other kinds of scholarships? Do you have any endowed scholarships that wealthy alumni have put forth?
All the wealthy alumni that are listening to this, you have my phone number. Please call me. I can create an endowed scholarship at any point in time.
267-341-3440. Again, that's 267-341-3440. And that's a direct line to Dean Barry Dickinson, and he'll be happy to take your call if you're calling to endow a scholarship.
And your money. We to answer your question, we do have what we call named scholarships. There are probably 50 of them, and those named scholarships go to help fund our current students' financial aid requirements every year. They're from current faculty, retired faculty, administrators, anybody has a connection to the university. They oftentimes want to create a named scholarship to make a mark for themselves.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
The Princeton Review just released their rankings. Mm-hmm. Where do they put you? What category do they put Holy Family University in?
I don't think that we would make the top 10 universities, but in our peer group, we have a very strong reputation. The academic side of the university is very well known. The School of Nursing, School of Education has a very strong brand. If you go out into the marketplace, you'll see many of our nurses working at local hospitals. So I don't know what our specific ranking is, but we have a good reputation.
It was embargoed until 12:01. The next morning recently.
Yeah,
so not too many people have seen the current rankings.
Right.
But it's very political. I mean, they claim it isn't. They say that it's very objective and they have, a whole list of things. But I dealt with them when I was at Temple University and got them to revise their opinion of Temple University.
Okay, good.
And depends if you have them come and see a fabulous basketball game, if you handpick the honor students and so on. Right. Anyway, thank you so much, Dean Barry Dickinson from Holy Family University, and we'll see you all next week.